My name is Dave Brigham, and I'm speaking from one of my favorite cafes in Richmond, Virginia. My daughter, Mary Grace, 10 years old, is my videographer. And I have substituted the phrase cluster of problems for cluster blank to make my message work for listeners of all ages. I am going to talk about another cafe chain that, in my view, has the illusion that lower cost brings greater volume and resulting greater profits. In the reality, it seems that if lower cost means poor customer experience, greater volume will not come. And the other day, last weekend, we happened into a business, this other cafe chain, that has an apparent cluster of problems, at least at this individual location. Following up with a small amount of online research, it seems the problems are deeper than the individual store. In this occasion, we had a collection of less than experiences. Individually, the problems would probably have gone unnoticed, but collectively, they'll keep me from coming back, especially when there are alternatives that consistently excel in these areas. The list of issues continues. Waiting more than 10 minutes in line. The cafe seemed disorganized. The cafe workers were friendly enough, they just seemed rattled. And the smoothies we ordered were blended poorly. The guy was in a hurry and only blended them for about 15, maybe 20 seconds. And also, no straws. To demonstrate their lack of choreography on their team, this person went to 3 different spots in the store before he finally came back to us with a small handful of straws. And so my favorite chain, on the other hand, consistently uses a tissue to pick up their straw and put it in the smoothie, and it's a special straw on top of that. I've seen them do this from Vermont to Florida, and I know it's part of their company culture. So, doing some very surface level research, I found 2 relevant articles. One was a senior executive from this company who recently stated that they had been seeking to grow their business by being the low-cost leader, and that it wasn't showing them the expected results. He said that word of mouth was not spreading their value proposition. The other article was a food critic in a major city about 1,000 miles away from us, and they did a compare and contrast between that local cafe of the chain I'm referencing and my favorite cafe chain, and this critic relayed very similar experiences to mine. So, I guess I'm a smoothie-oriented shopper, and in that particular cafe, on that particular day, they did not build a better smoothie, and because the competition consistently does, I really don't have any need to return it. The cluster of problems I observed also showed incompetence, with demonstrated by a poor smoothie, and lack of choreography that some restaurant chains, such as McDonald's, are consistently known for. They also showed impatience. If the smoothie sat in the blender for an additional 45 seconds, I probably wouldn't be using them as an example. So, in conclusion, what I've reached is that this is most likely reflective of, this cluster of problems is most likely reflective of issues higher in the organization than in this individual cafe. I'm sure they'll keep their doors open and lots of people will continue to come. It just won't be me. Thank you very much.
Bye.